Hi, my name is Natalie Renee Johnson, and wait, what is it? Class of...
So like, just my name or like my name is...
Oh crap, I messed up. Shall we do it?
Like full name?
Okay, Grace Straight and Bertrand... What?
I'm confused. I shouldn't be as confused as I am.
Isaiah Schwartz, Bertrand High School, class of 2020.
Marley Gonzalez, Bertrand class 2020.
Dawson Levi Rankin, and I'm in the 2020 class of Bertrand Vikings.
Grace Straight and Bertrand class of 2020.
Colby Blanthorne, Bertrand class of 2020.
Jada High, Bertrand High School, class of 2020.
Taylor Wayne Manley, Bertrand High School, class of 2020.
Haley Gravenstein, Bertrand High School, class of 2020.
Austin Michael Murphy, Bertrand class of 2020.
Jenica Donnell, Bertrand High School, class of 2020.
Brandon Tyler Dodson, Bertrand High School, class of 2020.
Jacob David Hilmer, Bertrand, class of 2020.
Natalie Renee Johnson, Bertrand class of 2020.
Jose Murillo, Bertrand High School, 2020.
Kayla Carpenter, Bertrand, class of 2020.
Sam Maloli, Bertrand High School, class of 2020.
Julianne Leapart, Bertrand, class of 2020.
Jaden Michael Donnell, Bertrand High School, class of 2020.
My name is Samuel Bohorquez of Bertrand High School, class of 2020.
The sound of the party trunk dropping, the crackle of campfire we're popping. No phones, just half glasses, living on best captions. Steven making us laugh with his laughing. All the girls wearing all the guys' jackets. We live in that Friday. We all went to see Coldplay. Oh, isn't it nice? Yeah, soaking in life for free. Oh, sparks drifting high, making a memory. When smoke follows you like a magnet, it's musical chairs out of habit, staying up past the moon, just like we used to do. Oh, isn't it nice? Yeah, soaking in life for free. Oh, sparks drifting high, making a Oh, isn't it nice? Yeah, soaking in life for free. Oh, sparks drifting high, making the memories. Oh, isn't it nice? Yeah, soaking in life for free. Oh, sparks drifting high,
How to describe my senior year? Oof, that's a tough one.
I really gotta think on that. There's a lot of words I could use to describe it.
Did anybody say chaotic? Did I spell that right?
I don't know how to describe this.
I don't know if I can explain it in one word.
I'd use chaotic just because being a senior, I didn't know what I wanted to do until halfway through, so that was just threw me through a whole loop. And then the ending, of course, where I wasn't able to finish off the year in my classroom.
It was kind of disappointing because there were just a lot of different things that I was looking forward to doing for the last time and didn't get to, but I guess that's just the way it goes.
To describe my senior year, I chose whirlwind, like a good whirlwind, because it just happened so fast and everybody always told me don't take anything for granted, and I really tried to focus on just soaking in every moment with my friends and with my teachers and walking down the halls and just experiencing it for one last year. And all of a sudden we were done with that, like in a blink of an eye.
Me being the smart person I am, I failed a lot of my lower classes before becoming a senior, so you can imagine the fun of taking 3 English classes all in 1 year.
Okay, I chose this word because this year has been anything but normal, and it's gone super fast, and there's been a lot of ups and downs for everyone, and yeah, it's just been crazy.
This whole school year has been completely unexplainable. Not just in our recent circumstances and doing school online at the end of the year, but a lot of memories made and a lot of friendships, lost and gained, and a lot of things done. We went to state this year for one act, and that's probably one of my favorite times of this year. And it's unexplainable how we actually made it, because I really didn't think we would be there.
I would definitely say unexpected. I would have never known that when we got out for that 2 weeks that would be the end of my senior year. But I just have to live with everything and keep on going, so it's been a blast through everything.
Freshman year was slow, and then sophomore year slowly, it was faster. And then senior year just like flew by like it was nothing.
Different because, I could say it was different because of all that's going on at the moment, but for me it's more different because of how much out of my comfort zone I got this year. Like, I got in front of people and sang by myself for the first time a year ago, which I didn't think I could do.
I chose emotional because there's a lot of lasts within senior year. I played volleyball for the last time after 4 years, and then I was done cheerleading also, and we didn't get to finish our senior year like we thought we would. So it's been very emotional.
It's been pretty wild with this end of the year stuff, that just never thought that we would be having graduation probably later on than what it's supposed to be, and it's a different year for any other class that's went through graduation. So
My word is historical, because the beginning of the year was pretty historical, and then obviously everything that's happened, missing everything, has never happened before, so.
I think that my senior year was unbelievable because I remember when I was little, I'd always look up to all the other people, the older class, and wanted to be in that position of being a senior and finally graduate high school. So now that I'm here, I don't believe it.
I chose this because it is not a usual senior year. Came into school that Monday and didn't know it was my last day. Didn't get to have the last senior track season, so it's just crazy.
Well, it seemed short before we even got out of school for the coronavirus.
I just like how my year's been. With the COVID and everything, it's just a new change, I guess, and just meeting new friends too, and for a new year to come.
I chose hectic because this was a year that none of us expected that anything like this would happen.
I chose this word because for freshman year it went pretty slow, and then it gradually started getting faster and faster. In the senior year, it went by in just a flick of a finger.
Because of the coronavirus and all the memories we've made. And even though we can't be together physically, we'll still be together in our memories.
When I first came to Bertrand Community School, I was in 4th grade and scared and nervous to make new friends. And now I'm a graduating senior. It really just shows how time flies. And it's gonna be weird. I've already walked down those hallways for the last time. I've already seen my teachers for the last time. These teachers that have shaped us and watched us grow into the adults we are today. It's gonna be weird not having Mrs. Capps to talk about stress and boys with. It's gonna be weird not having Mr. Chesterman to recommend me books, or joking around with Mr. Weir, or even discussing weird art projects with Mr. Schwartz. Bertrand was always a great place, and I was always there with all the extracurriculars I was doing, and it did a really good job at feeling like home. When I think about this year, I feel a bit robbed. It hurts to know that I didn't spend my last days there in school. I spent them at home. It hurts knowing that we never got to finish our senior countdown. It's always going to be stuck at 68 in the computer lab. It hurts not having that senior skip day. I feel robbed. And I understand the circumstances, and it's for the best. But Bertrand really has shaped me into the person I am today, and everyone that made Bertrand special will always be near my heart. This year, the class of 2020 is graduating. We are moving on to great things. They say high school is the best years of your life, and I agree to a certain extent. It's the best years we've had so far. My class, we're gonna move on to do amazing things and change the world in our own little ways. And I'm excited to see what we have in store.
Seniors, I was asked by your parents to say a few words. And you know me pretty well, and saying a few words is probably not gonna work, so I'll say a few more than a few words. But I'm very appreciative of them asking me for this small little favor, and we'll call it a voice bit, because we're still hopeful that there will be a face-to-face graduation in a month or two. I know you're planning that, and so the purpose of this is for me to, I think, maybe give you a tidbit of what will happen in a month or two. So with that in mind, I do have a question for you, and this is worth a Snickers to the winner. Whichever one of you can email or text me what my favorite class is or has been in my 13 years here, the first person gets the Snickers. So that's your task. I would like to congratulate you early for being so close to graduating from Bertrand schools. I do know there's 6 of you that would have, or did actually, you would have been part of our 13th year of academic banquet. 95% or above. I was proud of that. I hope you're proud of that. And I wished you could have had it, but we have some plans for that as well. And so that's about 1/3 of the class that has a cumulative 95 or better. And so I hope you're as proud of that as I am. Many of you have had success in a lot of different activities, too numerous to go through at this point in time, but I think we're all excited about being so successful, getting a chance to move on to colleges and military, and Mr. Kidder and I know you'll be successful there too. All of you did have 5 semesters. 5 semesters where you did take part and had the opportunity to take part at high levels in everything from academics to extracurricular. I hope you'll focus on that and not the last semester or the last 9 weeks. I know for a fact that you're frustrated. Don't think for a second that Mr. Kidder and I are not frustrated as well, because I had my plans on several of you from your FFA and what you were going to get there, as well as track. I know for a fact there's some of you that I was expecting to watch when I'm down at the triple jump, and you'd be doing your events at Burke. I'm going to miss it, make no mistake. I will have to tell you that we've appreciated your maturity and how you've acted missing all these things. I know that it's tough, but we've appreciated you acting like young adults, and so much appreciated there. I am congratulating you early for being a candidate for graduation. The best of luck to all of you, class of 2020.
Hey, class of 2020. On behalf of the Bertrand School Board of Education, I just want to say, way to persevere. Through all the COVID-19 craziness, you made it. Remember, it's not what happens to you in life that matters. It's how you respond to what happens. So respond with dignity and grace. Go forward, show the world what the class of 2020 is all about. Congratulations.
I will always remember going to the FKC cross country meet this year. I ran my personal best and it was freezing cold weather, and my mom showed up halfway through to really watch me finish, and I placed, and it was just an incredible moment of overcoming, and I was just so proud of myself.
Good times I had with all my friends and meeting all my friends all together, and just getting to know them was unforgivable moments.
I will always remember always having my mom in the kitchen and just going to say hi to her every free chance I got. I'm sure the teachers really didn't like it, but I was always just wanting to talk to her and stuff. She's like my best friend.
It was Colby Blanthorne's first year. He hadn't been there very long, and we were eating lunch, and he burped so incredibly loud. The entire lunchroom just shut up and turned and looked at him for a second, and that was really funny.
I will always remember getting to start every day in my favorite class in band and vocal after high school, going into music production, and it meant the absolute world to me to get to start every day in my favorite subject.
I will always remember making it to state golf. That was one of the most fun things I ever been through, even though the weather was terrible for it, but it was still a fun time.
I will always remember our homecoming pep rally from this year, from our senior year, because the girls had to put makeup on the guys, but they had a blindfold on, and then the guys had to put makeup on the girls. So it was pretty funny. I looked like a clown after the guys put makeup on me.
Probably my last wrestling match of my senior year.
I will always remember cross-country team suppers. They were so fun, good food, so I'll always remember that.
Mr. Ford's shop class, when he'd do little challenges with us, and then at the end whoever won would win $1 million paperclip or $1 million pencil or something like that.
My sophomore year in track, when all 6 of some of my best friends were all pole vaulters, and we all qualified for state and made school history.
Probably my golf season, because I've golf. That's the only sport I've played, and sadly I didn't do it my senior year.
I will always remember going to PE in elementary school and playing Major Mouse, because that was one of my favorite games.
I guess I'll always remember getting first honor in art back art.
Music class. And to have it as my first class and have it kind of as a pick-me-up every morning, I was blessed to have that. And just remembering how far I came in the short amount of time that I did it, that's something I'm going to carry on.
I remember when I decided to do basketball my senior year, and just came close with all the guys on the team. And
I will always remember when we took a music trip to Chicago and how much fun we had.
I will always remember the memories I made on the football team, because I made some of the greatest friends that I'll ever meet.
I'll definitely always remember just the connections that I made, whether it was through sports or just spending time with my friends, prom, team suppers. I'll never forget those moments with them.
It seems like our time here at Bertrand Community School went by way too fast. Let me go back to our freshman year, when everyone told us to enjoy every moment because it goes by really fast. Well, they were right. We were scared of Mr. Detlefs, we were the last to eat lunch, and we were the most awkward dancers at prom. For the first time, we got to experience high school sports and activities, just trying to figure out where we fit in and what we liked. We looked up to the seniors and knew that would be us someday. By the end of the school year, we thought we had it all figured out, until we realized we had 3 more years. In our sophomore year, we all had to give book reports in Mr. Chesterman's class, which was extremely nerve-wracking. There was absolutely no hope in getting a 100% when Sam and Jaden made you laugh while giving your report. We started learning a new language, which we thought was pretty amazing. We moved up a space in the lunch line and watched the new freshmen take our spots behind us. In our junior year, we thought it was really cool to be a part of the upperclassmen. At this point, we knew senior year was in reach. We started looking at colleges, and some of us took the dreaded ACT for the first time. We became more of a role model for the underclassmen, and once again, we moved up in the lunch line. Finally, it was our senior year. We had heard of senioritis, and some of us developed it very quickly. Some of us made a budget in business English and figured out how expensive life really is. We also figured out Jose is going to spend $900 a month on bowling. So if anyone wants to know where Jose is in the next few years, just check the bowling alley. We had our final homecoming and crowned the homecoming queen and king. We played and cheered on our home court and field one last time. We never thought it would be this tough to say goodbye to the sports and activities that we participated in for the last 4 years. And for the last time, we moved to the front of the lunch line. It's hard to believe that most of us have been together for 13 years, and needless to say, we have some pretty great memories. In just a few short months, some of us will be heading off to college, the military, or the workforce. Whichever way you go, I know all of you will be successful. We will all experience failure, but success will eventually follow. We live for the good moments, but it's the hard times that define us. We are definitely going through a challenging time during this pandemic. Our graduation day is not going to be on May 16th like it was supposed to be. We did not get to have our senior prom or our final days walking through the hallways at BHS. It may seem like not a lot of things are going our way right now, but I've learned to appreciate the little things in life. Our lives will go on, no matter how bad the situation is. The sun still rises every morning, the moon comes out every night, and we are still able to celebrate our milestone accomplishment. Our class motto seems very fitting during this time. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory, by Dr. Seuss. At the time when we chose this quote, we had no idea our senior year was going to end like this. Obviously, our senior year is one for the books. On behalf of the senior class of 2020, we would like to thank everyone who has contributed to our success. Thank you, teachers, for educating us, our families for loving and believing in us, and the community for all of your support throughout the years. We are all fortunate to live in a small community like Bertrand, Nebraska, and I couldn't imagine growing up anywhere else or having any other classmates. So to the class of 2020, congratulations. I know all of you will do great things.
I can still find Wiley's house, riding on my bike with eyes closed. I could name every girl that he took out, and from my memory dial his house phone. Can you take me back when we were just kids who weren't scared of getting older, yeah. 'Cause no one knows you like they know you, and no one probably ever will. You can grow up, make new ones, but truth is, there's nothing like old friends. 'Cause you can't make old friends. I can still feel the windows down, listening to Jimmy Eat World, riding 3 wide on Blake's bench seat, yeah. My God, it's been 10 years now. I would have his back tomorrow, and he'd still fight anyone who tried to touch me. Can you take me back when we were just kids who weren't scared of getting older, yeah. 'Cause no one knows you like they know you, and no one probably ever will. You can grow up, make new ones, but truth is, there's nothing like old friends. 'Cause you can't make old friends. but I have never seen their parents' back porch. I wouldn't change how things turned out, but there's no one in this time zone who knows what inline skates that I wore. Can you take me back when we were just kids who weren't scared of getting older? 'Cause no one knows you like they know you, and no one probably ever will. You can grow up, make new ones, but the truth is that we grow up, then wish we could go back then. There's nothing like old friends, 'cause you can't make old friends.
Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment
until it becomes a memory.
I would probably tell my kindergarten self to not take advantage of the things that are coming easy then, because it's gonna get a lot harder. I can say from experience, if you don't work hard then, you're not gonna work hard when it gets hard, so.
The advice I'd give to my kindergarten self would be to appreciate all the things that you're given, and don't take advantage of the time because it goes by quick.
Some advice I'd give my kindergarten self is to not be so self-conscious. When I first moved to Bertrand, I had this whole bubble around me, and I was always second guessing everything I did. And once I broke out of that, it was so much easier to enjoy myself and make friends.
Take advantage of the recess, because you don't get those when you grow up.
The advice I'd give my kindergarten self is to maybe not talk when the teachers were teaching us English, because I do not know the basics or anything to this day, and I think that would have helped if I paid attention. And not take naps for granted.
No matter what happens, just keep going. It might seem it gets worse and worse, but really it's only going to get better in the future.
The advice I would give is always do your homework and make sure you turn it in on time. It helps a lot.
Get your homework done on time. Don't worry about the women's, they're just trouble.
Enjoy it. Don't ever rush through anything. Just enjoy the ride.
As long as you keep that motivation and drive to defy any odds that might be against you, and don't let anyone lead you down or even show you any sort of wrong path, you'll be fine.
Definitely advice I would give to my kindergarten self would be yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. You are who you are, and you should just be proud of that.
Don't be so shy, probably.
No matter how hard it is, to always keep trying.
Focus more on schoolwork. Don't focus on like girls and stuff that's not really important right now.
Advice I would give to my kindergarten self would be to take naps more seriously, because I did not like to take naps when I was younger, and now I appreciate a good nap.
It really does go by fast. You just gotta take every second in.
High school is just fun in general. It's a great time. Just live it out.
Advice I'd give my kindergarten self is to never take advantage of the naps. Always get the naps in.
If I was going to tell my kindergarten self anything, it would be not to worry about what other people think too much. Just be your own person. If someone thinks you're weird, don't worry about it. You probably are.
This is the copy of a diploma, which is going to be passed. And remember the question I asked you, you have to also tell me why that class is my favorite.